Well, the rain is now starting to fall here at Nethermore. We'll quickly run through the team news. And for Guiseley, it's an unchanged starting 11, which means George Sykes-Kenworthy starts in goal. Then Rhys McNally, Brad Nicholson, Dylan Barkers, Hamza Ben-Sharif, Scott Garner is the Lions captain. Then Lee Shaw, Jamie Spencer, Aaron Martin, Aaron Solomon, and Gabriel Jensen. On the bench, Kaine Felix, Lloyd Allenson, Andrew Jones makes return to the Guiseley squad after injury. Also on the bench, Kennedy Diggy and Sam Scrivens. Welcome to Nethermore Park, where the Lions are taking on a Curzon Ashton side who sit mid-table after the first 8 games of the National League North season. Big thank you to Tom for joining us on build-up today and just taking his position in the commentary position here at Nethermore Park is Nick Keefe.
At the moment, and fingers crossed this young side can keep the momentum going that they've started to build up.
So it will be Jamie Spencer to get us underway as he knocks the ball back to Hamza Ben-Sharif, who then goes long in turn looking to find Aaron Martin. The ball is headed away well though by the number 6 of Oliver Thornley. Ball forward now by George Sykes-Kenworthy, flicked on now by Aaron Martin. Well, Johnson is onside and works hard down the right-hand side to get a low crossing towards Lee Shaw. Shaw there, turns inside one and then gets his shot all wrong. You're talking 5 or 6 yards out and he's just put it the wrong side of the upright. Some superb work to get into that position, but should have done better.
Or where he is.
Throw in now for Curzon in right back position, headed away by Brad Nicholson well. Further cleared though is Rhys McNally now. He's in a bit of a foot race with the number 7. And there's shouts of a pass back there, but the referee is saying that the Curzon Ashton man was the last man to get the ball. He's certainly of the opinion that it must have been a Curzon Ashton touch. I'm sure Askew was on loan somewhere last season, played against us.
Apparently Ramsbottom.
Yeah. It's not backing me up there, is it? Free kick now to the Lions, met by 1 or 2 ironic cheers. But a good position over on that left-hand side, Nick.
Ben-Sharif just away at the back post on the right-hand side of the area. Aaron Martin right in the centre, as you would expect, with Scott Garner for company.
Lee Shaw as well in there, looking to poach perhaps. Aaron Solomon instead goes for goal straight at Karen Mason, who palms it down and then unleashes it downfield. Sinclair at George Sykes-Kenworthy comes off his line to close down Isaac Sinclair. So we'll see if that pans out. The free kick for Ashton, for Curzon Ashton, comes to not a great deal, although a short pass there. Sees Barkers and Solomon ending up trying to delay play and pulling back a Curzon Ashton man. We are going to get, I think, the first yellow card of the game. Curzon Ashton throw in. They've worked it down the left-hand side and earned themselves another one in a better position. Then the throw in goes to the number 8. The ball inside the box. Shot comes in, which is blocked by a Guiseley man. The shot came from Sean Miller. Cross at the back stick now, and there's a bit of desperate defending there as Rhys McNally just clears the ball out and behind desperately for a corner to Curzon Ashton. So the corner then from this left-hand side. It's a good ball in into a crowd of players, and eventually Hamza Ben-Sharif surely needs to put his foot through this and get rid. Eventually he does. Only up to Josh Askew on the halfway line. Johnson gives half a chase. As ball goes back to Mason, who then looks at his left-hand side for Regan. Overhits it out for a Guiseley throw. It's a bit of an attacking, scrappy situation then, Nick, but could have possibly paid off as Barkers goes between 2 and he's then brought down by the number 8. And that has to be a bookie when you look at what he's given yellow cards for already. And that is the point I think that the Guiseley players are making.
Well, that's by a long way the worst challenge of the game. Honestly, I thought Barkers was playing himself into trouble there. He didn't need to try and bring it forward. He'd ridden a couple of challenges and was still on the ball. And obviously Evans has decided to just hack him down.
Just a quick word for half-time. We will be technically staying on air, but we'll be having the mics down as we get ourselves refreshed and ready for the second half. And there goes the half-time whistle blown by Johnny Unwin on what has been a fairly unspectacular first half of football here at Nethermore. Guiseley 0, Curzon Ashton 0.
Yeah, been a steady sort of a game. A couple of chances at either end. Neither team will feel they're totally on top in the game. moments of concern and causes for concern amongst the Guiseley team. Well, we've talked about those to death because there hasn't been enough action to stop us from analysing as we go.
Whereas at half-time, it is Guiseley 0, Curzon Ashton 0.
And I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 or 15 minutes things carry on in the same pattern as they did towards the end of the first half, that we might see one or two tweaks. I imagine they're hoping that they've said enough to adjust the pattern of play, that they won't need to take those steps just yet.
Well moved infield now to Nicky Rowe. Rowe comes to this right-hand side and then puts a diagonal ball into the box, knocked down by Callum Saunders, and the first time strike comes in. It's a good effort as well from a Curzon Ashton man. I think it was the number 8 of Rob Evans. Not too far wide either. And knocks the ball back to Brad Nicholson. Nicholson, first time down the line to Solomon. Solomon, can he get it into the box? Couple of step overs. Left-footed cross towards back post. Decent ball, comes to Johnson. Deflection behind for a corner kick.
Oh, that's far more like it than anything we saw in the first half, barring the early chance for sure. And corner is all that came of it.
Corner does come in up towards the back post. Looking for Aaron Martin, but it just drifts behind. Guys, I think he did get something on it, didn't he? As Hamza Ben Sharif and Lee Shaw just giving each other a little cuddle there. They ran into each other, trying to get back. The ball comes out to this near side now in Nicky Rowe. Under pressure from Lee Shaw. The ball still in play, hasn't gone out like the Guiseley players are appealing for. Sneaks through behind Nicholson to number 10 of Miller. Miller now gets the shot off, forces a save from John Sykes-Kenworthy, who can only parry it across goal and out for a corner kick. Corner now comes in for Curzon Ashton, met by Curzon head, sent goal bound narrowly wide. Narrowly wide. It was let off and a change for Guiseley.
Yeah, it was Regan, I think, and absolutely looked like it was going into the bottom.
Now Curzon Ashton looking to bring it forward over the halfway line. Cleared away well by Guiseley. Shaw's touch lets him down there though. And that quickly sets away Sean Miller on this right hand down. Sean Miller, neat first touch, gets the shot off straight at John Sykes-Kenworthy, and Garner is there to get rid of the danger. Neat footwork from Miller, but poor finishing in the end from the number 10 for Curzon Ashton.
Because we couldn't score, we didn't get anything, from the results. I'm at least enjoying watching these more open games.
Absolutely great ball from Spencer. Spencer plays through Lee Shaw. Lee Shaw into the bottom. It goes down under the foot of Danny Shaw. The referee's giving nothing there. And I think you agree with him, Nick.
He's gone down too easily for me, Shaw. I couldn't see which striker that was. I was worried that was Martin, and I thought he'd probably get booked for rolling around like that and sent off. That was a really strong bit of defending by McNally actually there. Held onto it and span on the spot to hold off two players.
Ball forward now to Jamie Spencer inside the penalty area. Still Spencer pulls it back towards Solomon. Solomon with the effort over the top of the crossbar. Corner ball it is though.
Another nice move, and we're turning the screw a little bit now actually. All that screaming and howling is simply because the nearest Guiseley player to him is on a yellow card. There's no need for that.
Taken short to Solomon. Up against the substitute now, the number 15. Back to Nicholson. High cross towards the back post. Nodded back in though. And Garner was waiting. Couldn't quite get there. Can Felix keep this in play? A skewed clearance there. And that wasn't a time when actually they could have legitimately probably got a free kick out of that, but they've played on as Halls gets the ball to the edge of the box and with Sean Miller. Comes back now to the number 10, straight down the throat of George Sykes-Kenworthy. Now, Aaron Solomon is the one last bit of fight in the Lions' tank as the ball goes over to Kaine Felix. Felix now, can he get the ball across? He can, and he's hit the post from Scrivens. Follow up from Solomon, off the crossbar, third time, and in! The Lions have scored! And it's Kaine Felix who gets the goal for Guiseley. Scrivens off the post. Was it Martin off the crossbar? And the third and final attempt that finds the back of the net was number 12.
Kaine Felix!
Superb. What an absolutely ridiculous bit of goalmouth action that was. Twice off of the woodwork. I think it was Solomon who hit the crossbar with the second one. I was wrong, it wasn't a 0-0 game. It's now 1-0. There are 5 and a bit minutes left on the clock. There's injury time or added time still to play. Can we hold on to this and collect all 3 points?
Now Spencer, good opportunity, wins into the ball in the middle. Needs to get the ball down his left-hand side to Solomon. Solomon gets into the penalty area, tries to turn away, finds Spencer again. Spencer's first touch is ball, gets the cross into the hands of the goalkeeper. Need to get the ball across the 18-yard box earlier.
They've been very disciplined, and that's to their credit.
Aaron Martin now with an opportunity. He plays the ball into Sam Scrivens. The flag goes up. Scrivens scores, but the flag is up against him. For Curzon Ashton as Cameron Mason gets the ball downfield. Flicked on by Regan. Headed away, or not away as the case may be, by Garner. It looked like he should have done better there. Comes down to Miller. Well intercepted. And there we go. Johnny Unwin blows the full-time whistle here at Nethermoor. And it is a crucial 3 points for Guiseley in their quest to maintain a push for these playoffs in these opening weeks of the season. The goal from Kaine Felix in the final 15 minutes of the game after the ball had ricocheted off the post and the crossbar from efforts from Scrivens and Aaron Solomon. But it is 3 points for Russ O'Neill and Marcus Bignot's side. So full time here at Nethermoor. Guiseley FC 1, Curzon Ashton FC 0.
Obviously delighted with the 3 points. The performance never reached the heights that we have done previously this season, I didn't thought, but nevertheless, they said the art of a good team is to win when you don't play so well, and we've won today and not played so well, but going into Tuesday we've got a real tough game against top of the league, and we're going to have to up his game on Tuesday, and if we think that that's going to be enough to beat York, it's not. But really happy with the result, but we need to improve on the performance.
And the goal, when it came today, was at the perfect time, and it didn't look like we were going to get it over the line until that fine finish from Kaine Felix.
Well, a great finish from Kaine. Vic paused twice, and like you say, never thought it were going to go in. Positives today, we've made changes from the bench, and subs have come on and affected the game. We've changed shape, and we've got us results. So real positive that we've got us win, but we do know that there's work to be done and we need to improve.
And that thing about options off the bench is notable. Bringing on 2 players today that made a difference and an impact, and George Cantrell coming back for Tuesday's game as well.
Exactly. You look at the bench and what we've got outside the bench. Some of the young lads, Alex Starchenko and Tabs and other ones who was going to be in and around it, not even involved today. So it bodes well, and we're looking strong, and we've got George Cantrell back for Tuesday for selection. So we're in a good position.
Attritional today. It was a game that played a lot in midfield, and Dylan Barker's given man of the match by the sponsors. He had a good game, didn't he, this afternoon?
Yeah, he did great, Dylan. He is what he is, a young lad that's learning his trade, and it was tough in there. He had to go 2v3 a lot of the time, and I thought he did really well today, and he got to his physical and got up to things today and did really well, so really happy for him, and I think he fully deserved the man of match for us.
And to the end of August, so many games being played. We're almost a fifth of the way through the league campaign. It's been decent, hasn't it? So
That's it, Conference North, innit? I said, how many times have I said that? If you start well, the teams that finish the season well 9 times out of 10 and then go into the next season with a strong squad together already, usually start well and you can accumulate a load of points to start with. But, we've put a good young group together that were hungry and desperate to do well, and we started well, and, let's see what Tuesday will bring. It'll be a massive test against York.
Yeah, what an exciting, mouth-watering game as well. York flying high at the moment. Be a big test for us.
Yeah, it will be a big test. Financially they've got the backing, and they've got the stature and everything, and it looks like the manager's got it right this season with a lot of experienced signings. It'll be a big test for us at home, but we're going into it with confidence now after a win, and we're looking really forward to it.